campaign here on campus was begun. It was really a coalitional effort that included faculty, staff, but a great deal of energy and initiative came from students to say we really ought to, whatever happens with the city of Knoxville and whatever the city council or the county commission might decide to do about a living wage for government employees, for local government employees here in Knoxville, this is something that the university ought to take up. And so, as I say, there was a big campaign around that. There was a conference, there was a study, there was a joint effort by a faculty member and a student that tried to look at the wage structure at the University of Tennessee and analyze, well, what do employees on this campus make? How many of them are below the actual federal poverty line? How many of them are making a wage that puts them below our living wage figure? And what would it take for the university to decide this is really no longer acceptable at a flagship public institution like ours? I have to say that I think a number of the moves that the administration has made and that the state legislature has made since 2000, when this issue was first debated so hotly, show that people are beginning to recognize that there's a really important concern about the people at the bottom of the wage structure here on campus, and that as we move forward on other issues, we've got to always be taking that into account also. So for instance, we began to see raises that included a floor. So there was there was a percentage wage increase, if you made so low that that percentage wage increase would still keep you under that floor, you would at least get that minimum amount. That's an important principle, and I've been happy to see the administration supporting it, and I think that all the many people who have worked to win a living wage can take some credit for that change in climate. But I also think we're very, very far from having really embraced this idea or gotten serious about what to do to achieve it. And there are far too many workers on this campus who still are very far from being at that very bare bones level.
Name?
Sadie Hicks. My favorite color is red.
Okay, thanks. So, what job did you have when you worked at T?
I worked in housekeeping.
How long did you work there?
25 years.
Yeah, and you always did the same job?
Yeah.
Housekeeping. What dorm were you in?
I started out in Massey Hall. I worked at Green for 1 year, and I worked at Melrose for 13 years. They had me there at 7. We left at 3:30. We got a lunch hour, 30-minute lunch hour. We cleaned the whole dorm. We did lighting areas and bathrooms. I made $8.98 after 25 years when I left here.
Yeah.
And we went through a spell that we didn't get a raise for 4 years at all. And then when we did start getting it, it was just like 1%.
Did you make it get by? Was it?
No, I didn't. My husband became disabled. We just never did it all.
Yeah. Did you have to get a second job?
Yes, I've had 3. For a while I cleaned a school part-time, and then I cleaned a chiropractor's office.
How long were your days when you were working at the job?
Very long. I think I got maybe 1 or 2 hours